Y'all see me? Maybe I'm coming out the trenches. I probably had a bunch of crying in the shower moments because it was just like, what the hell is going on here? Fourth trimester, whoop my ass. Yep. Postpartum was nothing like I expected, okay? I had to make sure I wrote this down so I can make sure I need to tell y'all the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad. Like, I'm just all over the place. If he would have been first, I don't know if there would have been a second kid. And I'm not even joking with y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all, it's been forever. The camera is finally getting pulled back out. It is time, okay? And of course, the first video I gotta do for my YouTube family is a life update, because where have I been at?
I like to be educated.
What the fuck have I been doing? You know what I'm saying? I dropped that labor and delivery vlog on y'all and I went bye-bye. And it wasn't on purpose, let me tell y'all, okay? Because my plan, it was a lot, okay? My plan, I was supposed to have like weekly, like maternity leave. It was supposed to be all the things, you know what I'm saying? All the postpartum things. But postpartum was nothing like I expected, okay? So this vlog is just gonna be me telling y'all how life's been with 2 kids, what postpartum was like, and it's still like, because I'm only 4 months postpartum. And just my goals for 2025, because I have to catch y'all up, like, unless y'all already follow me on my other socials, which if you're not, you should be. It's Pedasia China on Instagram, TikTok, that be playing in our face, and Facebook, I believe. Or Facebook might not be that, but it's all linked. Y'all know the vibe. And obviously, if you're not already, subscribe to my YouTube. And if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, I'm your girl Pedasia. Okay? Working mom of 2, content creator on the side. Period. Okay, so let's get into it. I had to make sure I wrote this down so I can make sure I need to tell y'all the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad. So let me get myself together. I'm just too excited. Like, I'm just all over the place. Let's see. Because y'all know I'm just doing this video on a whim. Like, I was just like, you know what? I'm about to come up here and film this right now while my husband got my daughter and my son taking a nap. Because it's just a little life update. Because we're going to get into all the things. So I said, girl, how's life been adjusting to 2 kids? You know what I'm saying? Definitely been an adjustment going from 1 to 2. I think the biggest thing for me was the timing, routines and stuff. So, like, it's not just 1, it's 2. And then, like, you forget, like, the newborn phase where, like, they always taking naps. So, like, and then getting used to a baby being in our room again. So, but it's been cool. Like, my daughter, she was never the type. You know, sometimes they say siblings, they'll beat on them, blah, blah, blah. My daughter wasn't that way. She loves her brother, still obsessed with him. And thankfully, my daughter goes to daycare. So, it was cool because during the week, she wasn't home. Like, during the day, she was at school or daycare. So, it was cool. And then obviously just trying to make sure you spend the time with everybody. Like, of course I had a C-section, so the first couple of weeks I was kind of on the couch, and it was kind of sad a little bit. Like, I used to be upset because like my daughter would want me to get on the floor and play with her, you know, and I couldn't because like pain. And then also like her brother was attached to me because it was like the first couple of weeks and he was just like crying all the time. We'll get into that part too. And then I think the biggest thing is just for my daughter, just to make sure she's making her be aware of her surroundings. Like, she's not the smallest one in the house anymore. Like, she can't just be spinning around. Like, she walks and don't look where she's going. Like, she done tripped over him a couple of times early on, all the things. So, I'm trying to go dark. Like, I need you here. Don't be trying to go dark on me. I mean, that's the biggest thing of just adjusting from 1 to 2. And, like, when you go places, it, like, takes a little extra time because you got to put 2 people into a car seat. So, not just 1, because my daughter's only 2, so she can't like get herself in a car and strap herself in yet. Okay, so that's my biggest things for going from 1 to 2. It's I won't say double like twins, but it's just like different things of like it take a little longer to do this. You got to get everybody dressed. everybody's still in diapers, kind of. So you still changing 1 diaper, 2 diaper, 3 diaper, you know? That's my biggest thing. It's like the time. Trying to make sure you still find time for yourself. So don't forget, you still deserve time too. You still deserve time too. So like, yeah, stagnant, like showering, cooking dinner, like different things. And then because my son is so young, you know, those wake windows, like all the naps, that's the biggest thing. Because my daughter, she only takes 1 nap. So like remembering all the naps, and then he's in our room taking a nap. So like, dang, when he's taking a nap, we can't go in there. So, but it's getting better to the point where like we can go in there while he's sleeping and he's not gonna wake up. But yeah, that's all. If y'all got any more questions or things you want to ask about like adjusting from 1 kid to 2 kids, let me know in the comments. But those are the only things I could really think of. Okay, now we get into the nitty gritty. Postpartum, or as people will call it, the 4th trimester. Okay. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Fourth trimester whooped my ass. Yep. It was nothing like I expected it to be. And I feel like the main reason for that was because my son does not take a pacifier. He's a thumb sucker. He never liked pacifiers. He had his on and off, but like in the end now, no pacifier at all, period. And that has affected us in more ways than one. My daughter, she took the pacifier immediately. My son, he hated pacifiers. So with my daughter, I started training her at 6 weeks, literally, or 6, might have been 8 weeks, but whatever. She caught on quick because she took a pacifier. So it was nothing for us. I sleep trained her probably within a month. My son, yeah, he was a doozy. It was really like rough for us, like me and my husband, like, cause he was home too. So he was you hear about the babies that take those short naps, those 30-minute naps, like literally wake up on a 30-minute dot. That was my son for weeks. Like it was 1 week where he was taking 2-hour naps and we thought we were over it. And then like he just went right back to taking like 30-minute naps. So imagine being up for an hour, taking him upstairs and having to rock him to sleep because he won't take a pacifier. Do all that just for him only to sleep 30 minutes. And then you're trying to fight him for 15 minutes when he wakes up to try to get him back into the sleep cycle. And that's usually hit or miss. So it was really rough. Really rough. And I think I kind of beat myself up. And like I was doing everything, y'all. I was accessing Chat GPT. I was looking on TikTok, doing all the things because I felt like, why is this not working? Because it worked with my daughter. Like I used Moms on Call with her and tried to use it with him too. And it was just like he was not catching on. And I felt like looking crazy because my husband, last time he wasn't here. He was deployed. So I was like, he was like, dang, I thought you said you trained her in a month. Like, what's my son? He's a different breed. He's a different breed. And I feel like that was the biggest reason, was because he wouldn't take that pacifier. Yeah. First couple weeks also with him was very difficult because he cried a lot. All he wanted was to be held. Couldn't really put him down. And that newborn gas was really bad for him. Like, you had to hold him like in a certain position. Like, you had to hold him how he wanted to be held, or he would just scream and cry. Like, he didn't want to be held like this. You either had to have him like with the boppy, lay him on his side and pat his back, or you had to like have him upright because his gas was just like terrible. And yes, we tried all the things. We did the Mollicone. He didn't like gripe water, but we tried the Mollicone and we had the probiotic. It was just a phase that we just had to get through. So yeah, I say the first, it might have been like the whole 12 weeks, you know. I'm thinking in my head, like, this time my husband here, so in the 6th, when I get clear at the 6th week, I'm going right back to the gym. Like, I just knew that was going to be it. Like, we was going to be thriving the last 6 weeks because he was going to be taking naps. I was going to get to go to the gym, you know, just start feeling like myself again. And that is not what happened at all. I thought I was going to be able to film and have a lot of postpartum content to put out for y'all. It's not what happened at all. Like, I was exhausted. Sleep was all over the place. I probably had a bunch of crying in the shower moments because it was just like, what the hell is going on here? Like, it was like night and day for my daughter. Like, literally night and day. And I was like looking at like, what the fuck? Like, we was like, honestly, if he would have been first, I don't know if there would have been a second kid. And I'm not even joking with y'all. That's how crazy it was. But we thugged it out. Like, seriously, we thugged it out. And like, it probably didn't start getting better until I went back to work. And that was the biggest stressor because I was going back to work. And like, I work from home, but I was going back to work. And it was like, how am I going to work from home if he won't sleep? Y'all, I prayed a lot. I prayed to God. I wrote in a journal. Like, I was like affirming myself that it was gonna be fine. And I'll say the first couple weeks of work, it was kind of rough. He was still like hit or miss with the naps. But I will say closer to Christmas, he started leveling out. But then both of my kids caught RSV right before Christmas. Shout out to my daughter's daycare. Yeah. So she caught it. And then we kind of knew that he was going to get it eventually. So she caught it right before Christmas. We still were able to go home because like the doctors were like, it's only going to affect babies. So like she's like the youngest in the family. So it was just, you know, all the things. So we went home. Then what happened? We came back home from Christmas, and right before New Year's, my son, he started having the breathing, you know, a little bit of retraction. And I was like, yeah. As soon as the retraction started coming, I was like, yeah, gotta take him to the hospital. So I took him to the hospital. And I guess he's thankfully, side note, I'm pretty sure the breast milk saved him. Breast milk definitely saved him because I feel like it probably would have been a lot worse if he did not have that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I took him to the hospital. They kind of diagnosed him with bronchitis, but pretty sure it was like he got it from her, period. So, and yeah, because he had that, his sleeping, it went left, completely left. Like, he was waking up throughout the night, like every 2 hours, every hour. Like, it was like that. And he was going through, like, hold on, let me set the scene for y'all. Calm down, Pedasia. He had got bronchitis. He was hitting a 4-month sleep regression, 4-month growth spurt, right? And he had a piece of tooth coming in. I want y'all to think about that. Yeah, it was fucking insane. That's what it was. It was insane. So he was waking up every 2 hours. It was a mess. That first week. And then I think kind of the second week, the week after New Year's, kind of so, but like I would say within this last week, we are like starting to see the light. Starting to see the light. Yeah, he still has like that lingering cough you have like with the mucus and stuff after you have a sickness, but he's still smiling, laughing. The doctor said that's all that matters. Like, as long as he's still smiling, eating, doing all the normal things, like, he's fine. So he could wake up like once, like if you know had that little coughing spell, go pat him on the back, get him all right, and then he back to sleeping through the night. He back taking his naps, which is why I'm here being able to film this video for y'all, because y'all see me. Baby, I'm coming out of the trenches. Okay, I'm coming out of the trenches. So C-section, I will say C-section was good. Like, the pain wasn't, it was still a little painful, but like I feel like I was prepared this time. And I feel like I said that in my last vlog when I was talking about it. I was more prepared, so I knew like how to care for myself. But yeah, mentally this time it was a little rougher, because, and I wouldn't say, yeah, I am gonna say because of the pacifier. Because now my son, he throw that thumb in his mouth. Now my son is at a point where we put that sleep sack on, turn that sound machine on, lay him in his bassinet, and he put himself to sleep. So it took us a while, but we're here, and he taking 2-hour naps. So praise God, you know. Now, and like they say, bro, like the people say, believe it when they say every baby is literally different. Like every baby. They're like, him and my daughter are like night and day. Night and day. It's like two totally different babies. Period. So that's what postpartum was like. It was rough. So make sure you have a good support system. My husband was the bomb. He probably cooked most of the meals through the whole maternity leave. Yeah. So saving grace. What else? Y'all didn't bring no water up here. Thirsty. But we gonna get through this. Okay. 2025 goals. Y'all always know my goal this year. I'm gonna be a paid content creator. I want to go on a brand trip. I must put it out there, you know. But I gotta put, you gotta put in the work. Social media is gonna be my side hustle. I mainly definitely want to focus on YouTube. Because I feel like that's where the long game is, you know, like with the TikTok ban and like, you know, stuff like the short form, it's like temporary, but like I will say throughout this, YouTube has never switched up. So I feel like that's where I need to put my energy. Still doing short form content, but probably not posting up there like 7 days a week, probably maybe 3 to 4 times a week. But I just got on Threads, so follow me on there. I love Threads. Like, where have I been? They are the sweetest, the best. So yeah, that's what I'm going to pay content creators. Social media is going to be my side hustle this year. I'm going to be making side hustle money from social media. I will. I want to use that to help fund my mom car. What do y'all think my mom car is going to be? I ain't going to tell y'all yet until I go shopping for it. I want to get back in church consistently, at least twice a month, you know. And then, excuse me, I know it's like, oh, bring them kids to church, but like, baby, we value those nap times. Like, seriously, like, and I don't want to break my son's routine that we already have him in, so I'll just go to church for us as a family. I want to find a Bible study. So, like, if y'all know some Black girl virtual Bible studies, you know, send them my way, because I want to join a Bible study group. Just, you know, because I can't always make it out, because, you know, my mom with 2 kids and a military spouse, so, like, can't always make it out during the week, but I would love to find like a virtual one. So those are my biggest goals, and obviously like just pouring back into myself, like health wise, like fitness wise. I let go of my gym membership. Y'all know I paid that jump for like a year while I was pregnant and never went to the gym because I didn't want my rate to change when I went back to the gym postpartum. But I ended up canceling that because another story for another day, but like time wise. But anyway, so yeah, those are my biggest goals, like building my community. Like I really want to build community. Like I'm a work from home mom. My job is not even based out of where I live. It's based in my home state. So I really want to build community. Like I really want to build folks. So if you're in the DMV area, find your girl. I want y'all to find me. Drop some tips how I can find y'all, because I need to find my community. We're not meant to do life alone. We're meant to do life with people. So I need to find my community. And that's my biggest goal this year, is focusing on building long-term community. And I feel like the girls on Threads, they really drilled that into me by saying like, you know, short form content, cool. But like, if you can get people to subscribe to you on YouTube, that's like big. So I thank y'all, all 445 of y'all, for being here. I hope each one of y'all sees this video. And I can't wait to see what the year brings us. Love you guys. See you in the next video.